But we live again. And for anyone listening in or watching in, I just wanna give you a disclaimer. You're gonna hear some background sounds from Sishii's side of this recording because he's currently walking around. What's it called, bro? Is it Toronto Island?
Yeah, the Toronto Islands. Ward's Island in Toronto.
And there's... What are you seeing in front of you at the moment? You said there's geese or ducks or something?
Yeah, well, not in front of me. In front of me, there's road. Behind me, there's geese and ducks. There's, I don't know if it's a goose or a duck, bro. I don't know what the difference is between these things. But the one's white, the one's brown, you know? So I don't know which one's a goose and which one's a duck, but there's a lake here. There's massive lakes here, bro. It's crazy. And there'll be like planes as well that you'll hear as well.
But you're in the country of lakes, bro. Canada has so many lakes.
Yeah. And America.
You know Thousand Island sauce?
Yeah.
That's where, like Canada's, that's where it comes from.
How did you know that?
Bro, when I was younger, we went to Canada. I was very lucky, like my family, we were able to travel. So we traveled, we went to Canada.
Yeah.
And we did a little cruise around Ontario with some family friends who we were staying with at the time, and they took us on this little cruise. And so there are these little islands in one of the biggest lakes in Canada. Apparently there's 1,000 of them, and it was around that area where they invented this Thousand Island dressings. But don't quote me on this because I feel like I might be wrong. It might just be Spur that invented a Thousand Island sauce. I don't know, but I think my story sounds cooler. So
yeah, but I mean that Spur one does bang though, bro. That Spur one is like goated, bro. It's goated.
That salad sauce that
you
can put that on anything, fries, bro. Salad, chips, anything.
Yeah, shout out Spur, man.
Best sauce in the game, bro. Best sauce in the game. So last week we had a little bit of a panic conversation because we touched base the night before you were jetting to Toronto.
Yeah.
And you hadn't packed.
Yeah.
And you were stressing because you had so much to do, and the flight left the next day. You had a layover in Cape Town, a layover in Washington. You eventually arrived in Toronto, and then you released Copenhagen. So you and I joked because we said it was the week of cities. So if you're listening in or watching in, if you're on YouTube, I'm going to put a little card so you can go and check out Copenhagen. That was last week's release.
Yes, sir.
For some context, what Sishii is doing is he's releasing a new song every single week between the 29th of August 2025 and the 28th of August 2026.
Yeah.
It's a stunt. And I'm going to ask him the same question. I'm going to ask you the same question, bro, every week. Is there anything else you want to say about what you're doing to add to what we created last week? Last week you said it's a stunt. It makes no sense. Makes no sense to anyone. Doesn't make any business sense. But you're doing it because you can. You want to stretch yourself, push yourself as an artist.
Yeah.
Is there anything else, any other extra sauce you want to add?
Apart from it being like no, it's a stunt. Doesn't make sense. We're still doing it. It's hard. As expected. The difficulty was expected. Yeah, we're doing it now. 52 songs.
What's so difficult, bro? What's coming up for you this week? Like, what's standing out to you as being difficult?
Well, trying to do this while like traveling is really like a mess because like in the past I would use my time to shoot and sometimes I wouldn't even shoot anything. To be honest, I'm not really good at the shooting thing and the social media thing. I prefer the enjoying life thing without pulling your phone out every 2 seconds. So yeah, I'd say that having to do that now is something I'm really like adjusting to. I don't know how well adjusted I am yet, but I'm trying my best, especially in and amongst the reason why I'm here, which is for our premiere. press and photo shoots and all these other things that I've been doing. And yeah, trying to actually enjoy those things while also remembering that like I'm at work and I have to shoot stuff, and that is work, has been hard. But yeah, it's, you know, we're showing up where we can. So for me, that's important. Yeah. So it's all about showing up, you know?
That's the important thing.
Always.
Absolutely, bro.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The thing that stuck out for me there while you were talking, I was like, bro, are we getting old? Because you're telling me that like you're not used to this life of pulling your phone out and taking photos and videos of things. I'm like, bro, that sounds like something that like my dad would say.
Nah, bruh. So we're like in this limbo, this weird, you know, I was talking to this actor yesterday as well about we're in between the generation of like, don't pull out your phone, just enjoy life. What are these phones? What's the point of all of this stuff? What is social media? And then the generation below that, which is like, just document everything, stream everything, stream your whole life, live stream it and enjoy it. And so, you know, I'm like, we are part of that generation that finds it very like weird, I think, to shoot everything all the time and to post everything all the time and to edit everything all the time. So, yeah. I guess, yeah, maybe we are old. I think, well, we are. We're definitely, we're definitely a little bit old, but yeah, I think it's normal for us, for people our age.
I think, yeah, you know, I think we're very influenced by the things that we consume as people, and I wanted to touch on that in today's conversation a little bit. Was like, who are some of the taste makers that we follow? Are they like in terms of artists or channels or books we've read, media we've consumed that's like had a lasting impact on us? Because obviously these ideas that we have, they're not original. I mean, we all know there's no
such
real
thing as an original idea,
ideas. Yeah, everything's a remix. So I'm just curious, like, I know obviously like the scripture is a huge influence for you.
Yeah.
The Bible, and then outside of that, what are some other like influences that you have that have like helped to inform your perspective on your creativity and help to contextualize this craziness that we're doing at the moment?
I mean, apart from the gift that is, you know, a work ethic, I think work ethic itself is a gift from God. So I feel like a lot of this is informed by that primarily, not necessarily like there's, you know, the artists who admire what they've done and their initiative. Like Russ, for example, who did this, but we didn't do this because of him. You know, he wasn't actually even really a reference, I guess, at any point. So, I mean, a lot of the people who, I don't know who else has done this, bro. Like, okay, what I can say is the people who have contributed to my life personally have played a huge part in this, in me being who I am, I guess, and in taking this huge leap, which is like the Alan Gray Obers Foundation taught me a lot about entrepreneurship. They actually believed in me and gave me a scholarship, and it made me feel like I am an entrepreneur when I genuinely didn't think I was one. I didn't even know what that word meant when I was applying back in high school. But they were like, yeah, you're entrepreneurial, man. And I was like, okay. And then the more I learned about it, I was like, cool. And the more I learned about it, the more I was like, whoa, like, maybe I am. Like, this is pretty cool. You kind of, you're living life on the edge all the time, a lot of instability, but like, just fall in love with it and do your thing regardless. I was like, okay, that sounds like me, actually. So I actually want to do that. So yeah, I guess the deeper I've gotten into things, the deeper I've wanted to go. You know, I've never really been satisfied. And so I don't know. I really want to say that there are people I looked up to, books I read. I hate self-help books, bro. I just need to get that, you know, out there.
It's so funny. You hate them. I love them.
Yes, you love self-help books. I hate them, bro. I haven't finished The Psychology of Money. I got halfway through it. I didn't finish it. I didn't open the almanac. And all these things are probably great. Like, also, I watched the podcasts.
Yeah.
Like, so I listened to.
Yes.
I've listened to Naval speak, and I sure as hell will watch a podcast of the guys talking, Simon Sinek and all these guys. But like, I've never read Start With Why. I've never read the 45 laws of power, 48 laws of power. I've never. Sorry, I'm just letting these cars pass.
That's good, bro.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm not really a self-help guy. There's no books, there's no authors who have made me go, yeah, you've really got to dive into this entrepreneurship thing and give it your all, you know. So I don't have any references really in that regard, but I know you love these things. So like, what's your? I'm sure people.
I don't know if that's true, bro. I challenge you on that because you send me a lot of stuff, dude. Like, you send me YouTube videos, you send me clips on Instagram, you know, of people breaking down the industry and, you know, how streaming is working at the moment, or the acting and film industry, or this sort of global macroeconomic climate, you know, and how that relates to the creative arts. You've sent me videos on process.
Yeah.
You've sent me videos on record production. You know, so I disagree in the sense that I think you consume a lot of content, and I think you watch more YouTube documentaries. Interestingly, you've said this to me a few months ago, and I thought it was hilarious. You said, when you feel really depressed about the state of your art or the state of your craft, the way that you feel about it, you watch war documentaries.
Yeah. Watch a lot of true crime things and war documentaries. I'm like, damn, my life is actually not that bad. It's horrible, but you know, it works. It works.
It's a way you psych yourself out of the way that you feel in those moments.
Yeah, bro. No, so what I'll say is like So I like practical things that almost feel. Sorry, I'm just gonna let this car pass. Okay, so I like practical things with steps, with, you know, and I feel like that's a lot of the YouTube is definitely my most used app for sure. Streaming app for sure. Like I definitely listen to a lot of podcasts and watch a lot of these things. But I don't know why it is. It's like with the self-help books, I don't know, bro. It is pretty much the same thing, isn't it? I don't know what the difference is there, to be honest. But the war documentaries, and like I feel horrible because I messed up a note, or I messed up a scene, or I could have performed better, and I think the world is gonna end now because I didn't sing well or write that song well or whatever. And then I watch a war documentary, man. I'm like, God damn, bro. I'm like, whoa, like this is I'm living the life here, bro. Like people were, going through it back then.
Do you follow Benny Steak on Instagram?
Nah.
Gosh, bro, she's so funny. I hope I got her handle right. If I got it wrong, I'm sure I'll just put it in the edits afterwards. But she's a comedian in the US, I think.
Yeah.
She has that whole trope of like, where are the jobs for men? Like that's one of her bits that she does. She's talking about how now, like, in the past, men used to go to war and stuff, and now now men are, doing get ready with me videos.
Dog.
In the past, men used to like, put on an overall, go to work, like fix cars, build machines, go mine, do like hard things. Now, they're doing like hair tutorials, skincare tutorials.
Bruh. That's it. That's the thing, bruh. Like you complain about doing a get ready with me. Oh, this is so cringe. I'm like, hey, bruh, at least you're not on the battlefield and they're saying, all right, you're next, let's go. And you're leading the front lines on flipping Normandy, like, yo, bruh, hey, I'll take this any day, bruh. I'll take this any day, bruh. But yeah, sorry, you're saying that your answer to the question, which is like what are some of the sources that help you with this?
Oh, dude, Stephen Bartlett, I just love his podcast. It's such an amazing access to information. I think, we talk about the mission that he's on, the work that he's doing, the consistency that he has been able to maintain in executing such a high quality production, maintaining such high quality conversations, adding so much value, democratizing it, making it available to everyone. It's almost like a public service. And so, he's someone that is a big inspiration for me and someone who, as a creator out there, I get a lot from, I learn a lot from. Obviously, you mentioned Naval Ravikant, again, like another person who has like really deep wisdom in terms of entrepreneurial endeavors. And so, read his book and it really made an impact. Simon Sinek, you mentioned as well, also, made a big impact for me. So there are a few people out there who I follow, Alex Hormozy as well. Entrepreneurs generally are the people that I tend to follow. They all basically say different versions of the same thing. It all comes down to that basic principle, depending on the lens that you look at the world through or the faith that you hold. Like, it's like, do unto others as you would expect done unto you, or karma, what goes around comes around, however you want to say it. But like, I guess at the bottom, if you boil it all down, that's basically what it is. Like, if you put out a lot of love into the world, then you will get a lot of love in return. And I think that's kind of been the guiding principle for me. And I know obviously it's been the case for you as well. It's just, do your best, basically. So that's the kind of lesson I've learned from all of those people and what I've taken away, which is so funny because they speak so technically about things all the time. A lot of those content creators that I mentioned just now speak so technically. So for me to walk away and go like, oh the takeaway for me here is that if you put a lot of love into the world, you get a lot of love back, is like really funny. But I guess that's what stood out for me about that. Talk to me about there's a question I've had for you, bro, which I don't know if I've ever asked you this, but when we first did the recording session for Either Way, you had the vision and the foresight to bring cameras into the room. So we actually have footage of that, and that's still to this day your most streamed song. As of a couple of weeks ago, we've had another song that's overtaken it in terms of popularity week on week, which is Little Things. So that's exciting. But you saw that there was something important about documenting your process as an artist, and inside of documenting your process, I realized that there's a part of documenting your process which is documenting your promise. Your promise to the audience and your promise to the world, in terms of not promise like I promise to do da 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 da, but like your potential, the promise of what you have to offer. What did you see in that moment? Like, why did you decide to bring? Because I had run, a ton of sessions for different artists, and very few of them brought cameras into the room in the way that you did.
Sure, that's interesting. I've never actually thought about that. I completely forgot actually that I did that. I don't even remember which videographer I brought into the room. Who was it? I don't remember, but yeah. Anyways, I mean, for me, at the time, I was someone who documented everything, like literally everything I did, bro. Was like, I was on my phone 24/7, on Instagram 24/7. Hey guys, this is what I'm up to right now. This is, you should try out this restaurant. Oh my gosh, this is great. Like, I did a lot of topless selfies. That was a big thing. I used to post like a lot of topless selfies, a lot, like with pretty boy, light skin pose.
You were thirst trapping.
Like, so I think it made sense for me. It just made sense because everything was being documented. I was like, well, this is my first, well, it's not my first song, but it's the first time I have access to a studio like this. Prior to that, I had worked in B13 before, but that was also not like, I guess that was, I took that as like, I was under Bubs and David, and Bubele and David, and now this was the first time, like, this is my session, this is my song, these are the players that I've brought in, so I want to make sure that that's documented. Because for me, it was an opportunity, you presented me with an opportunity to record an idea that I had in my head for years. Getting the opportunity to record that was a no-brainer. I didn't really do much thinking back then. Back then I just did stuff, Yeah.
You must have, like, I remember even of myself at that point, like, I had this irrational, delusional belief in myself.
Yeah.
Dude, I thought I could do it, bro. I had I had doubts, obviously. I mean, we all have doubts. I wrestled with those things, but like, I was like, yeah, dude, we can do it. I also didn't have any idea about timelines at all. I was like, this thing of getting music out there and like getting it to be commercially viable, 12 months, let's go.
Yeah, absolutely.
I still have that belief, obviously, because that's what we're doing now.
Yeah. But like, I hear what you're saying, and that it was definitely different.
Yeah,
it's definitely
absolutely.
a different level of it.
When did you start to realize that you actually had the promise?
What's the promise?
Like, in the beginning, and I know this of myself, like, you're making music, you can do it. That, like, there's ideas that you have and you feel like you can execute them, and it's exciting to do that. But there comes a point in time where it's almost like you cross this threshold, and the ideas that you have and the belief that you have in yourself is then confirmed on the other side when that music meets the market or that music meets an audience. What was that like time in your timeline? Or do you feel like you've gotten to a place where, that's happened yet? Obviously, I know that there are always, there are many thresholds to cross on the journey, but I'm just curious, like, where you were with that, or where you are with that.
I'll be honest, bro, like, I've been getting like a lot of audience support, community support, whatever you want to call it, from quite early on. I started releasing covers on like Facebook, and even that, my friends were like, bro, I think you should do it, and I started doing it. People are like, I'm so proud of you that you're finally doing this, because I think it's a story I told people a lot. I told my friends, I told my friends a lot. I told my family that, like, low-key, I'm an artist, low-key, like, not low-key, like, I write all these things, bro. Listen to this, check this out. Look at what I wrote, and I'll be like, this is what, it's a poem. So I had friends who were like, dude, when are you gonna stop putting yourself out there? And I was like, nah, like, I'm too shy, bro, I can't do that. So by the time I started So by the time I started, there was like, finally, whether or not it was good, I think it was just like, yo, finally, dude. And then after I started doing covers, I then put out actual songs. Performed them live. The day I put it out, the whole crowd was dancing to it. It was at a formal.
Wow.
One of those res formals. And I remember I looked really, like, even if you watch the video, you can see how like overwhelmed I am. Abo took that video because he was shooting for that formal. And like, I was like, whoa, what's happening right now? People got up out of their seats in their high heels and ball gowns and, surrounded me and started dancing. And I was like, whoa, what is this? I just put the song out. Like, I just put it out. Like, what's happening? So that for me was pretty cool. That was cool. I think from there on, I guess, I felt like what I'm doing actually reaches people. But I don't know if I've ever been informed by them, but just, I think those are some moments where I was like, oh, crazy, what? Oh, this actually, like, it works. Okay, cool. So, yeah.
Who are the people that you feel like your music reaches? Because, I mean, we've had many conversations about, like, who this music resonates with. And not to say that we make music for a specific kind of person.
Yeah.
Or that you write songs for, because that's not the case at all.
Yeah.
But obviously there are groups of people, that we've identified.
Yeah.
For whom this music really, really resonates. Do you feel like that early experience you had where your promise was being realized in that way, with that group of people, is a similar group of people to the group of people in our community today?
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely the same. It's definitely the same people. It's definitely the same people. And I mean, who are these people? I mean, back then I was at a res formal. A lot of the girls stood up, started dancing. And what that did was it made the guys stand up and want to start dancing as well. They were obviously looking cool. They were being too cool to dance, to stand up. And then the girls got up in their high heels, started dancing. Then the guys were like...
Girls have a beautiful way of breaking the ice.
Oh, absolutely. Love them, bro. So much. But yeah, like, they got up and started dancing, and then the guys were like, ugh, fine, and you could see the kind of reluctance initially. So I guess that mirrors what's happening now. I don't think it's any different. Yeah.
It's so interesting, because we were talking about this sort of audience signals that we identified with other artists as they grew in popularity and as their music reached more and more people. And we were reflecting on, I think this was probably also a few months ago, how there was a period in time where, before Justin Bieber was like mainstream, you would be like, if you were a guy and you liked Justin Bieber, your guy friends would be like, I mean, I don't mean this is
that's
homophobic,
gay.
But they would say, oh, you're gay.
That's gay, yeah.
They'd be like, that's gay, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, we've started to see that with you now.
Yeah.
And we've started to get like these hate comments where it's like people are so polarized, like they're either so for you and so against you. But like the thing that I laugh about when I see these comments, I saw one of them today actually on TikTok. The thing I laugh about is it's like, if you are taking the time to go into the comment section and leave your hate there, what does that mean? That means you listen to the music.
A win is a win. 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 Yeah.
So it's just really curious. Like, I'm like, it's so like crazy how a movement, how a wave, how a community grows over time. You know, it's like when you start to see these kind of negative obstacles or negative forces, and you meet them out there as your community starts to grow, and the message that you're like sharing with the world starts to grow. When you start to meet these negative forces out there as you're growing your audience, as you're growing your message and the movement and the community around the work that you're doing,
Yeah.
sometimes people who are so negative in the beginning end up becoming some of the biggest fans.
Interesting. Have you seen that before?
Yeah, I have, dude. I have. I've
I mean, I've
experienced
done
it
it
myself.
before. Yeah, I've definitely done it before. There's a few artists who I'm a huge fan of now. When I first heard them, I was like, I don't like this. Some of my favorite artists, actually, most of them are actually started out like that, if I'm being honest. But we're also not really in the time of giving people a chance anymore, you know? Now we do one release, and then on the day of that release, it's like, so what do you think? Whereas before, it's like, things took time. Artists took time to grow on you. And we gave artists that opportunity, whereas now, not so much. Not so much.
True, very true. I see, you know, people dropping songs, and then people do reviews of the songs or like live reactions of the songs. Like, it's almost like product reviews now.
Yeah, exactly. Like an unboxing of a song.
Literally.
You know? Like, how do you review a song the first time you hear it? Review an album the first time you listen to that album, you've made up your mind, oh no, this is his best work, or this is like, what? Like that. I don't think that's how it was meant to be done, but you know, yeah. Yeah.
And so you mentioned earlier that you were posting covers on Facebook.
Yeah.
And so if I'm outside of our community now, I don't listen to Sishii at all. I've never heard of Sishii. Obviously the times have changed. Where am I most likely to discover Sishii, as far as you are aware? Or where would you like fans to discover you, or people to join the community? I guess two separate questions.
So where to discover me now is obviously on social media. You know, but ideally it wouldn't be there. Obviously, it would be just on the music. It would be, you know, watching the series, the shows that I act in, because that's the hard work. You know, that's not a kind of, I don't know. Social media is like, it's a little bit contrived. So I don't like that people discover me there. But I appreciate it though, and I'll continue to do what I have to do, because those are the platforms now, bro. They run the show, so can't be angry at that. I'm grateful, but you know, if it was up to me, like you know, that SoundCloud era, most artists I think would say that. You know, just put a song out, never show my face, never tell you anything about myself, but you know, that's me. You'll hear everything in the actual song. Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, you know, we're in this era now where it's literally everything except the music that leads to the discovery of the music.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, and it's a double-edged sword. You know, it's a good thing and a bad thing. It just depends how you choose to play it. I mean, it's a game at the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was thinking about while you were talking, I was thinking about how important silhouettes are now. Like, do you remember when we were growing up, like there were certain record covers and like artist images that were like just iconic silhouettes. And even like more recently, I for some reason in my mind, I have AKA's silhouette, you know, with the red background. but there are obviously many artists, through the years who've had really, really iconic silhouettes. And I know, like, last week you had a new shoot done, and we've got all new silhouettes and branding and stuff that we'll be switching up to in the next week. And it was a very intentional choice on our part, because this whole endeavor that we're on at the moment is like a really, it's like a renewal of a mission that we started and failed last year, and we've kind of decided to pick up again. How important do you feel silhouettes are at this stage?
Yeah, I think, I think it can be your logo if done right. As in, it can be what people remember you by. Like the Nike Tech, or the Adi, the 3 stripes. So if done right, then it's like when you see that silhouette, it's like, oh flip, I know exactly who that is. Oh yeah, that's my favorite artist. I don't know what case I would have for the necessity of it. I do know that theoretically it's a great thing, and it contributes to your lore as an artist and to your image. But like, what case would you make for? Because I mean, I was trying to think of other examples other than AKA's one. I mean, AKA's one was obviously very iconic. But like, I'm trying to think of other artists who, growing up, it's like, oh, that silhouette. Yeah, like what's your case for it being a very important part of the artist's image?
I think it's not so much the silhouette as it is nowadays the profile picture. It's like when you followed an artist for a long time, and then all of a sudden they change their profile picture.
Yeah.
It's like it signals something to you. You remember there was that period in time where The Weeknd changed his profile picture to this like super fucked up face. He had like gotten these like temporary prosthetics done and everything, and it like created this storm of media interest and fan interest, and people were wondering like whether he had like a botched plastic surgery or like what was going on. And it was around like the Blinding Lights, that whole album, that time. So yeah, bro, like I think it's just interesting, and also understanding like what's going to resonate, and I think that's an intuitive thing from the artist's perspective.
I mean, do you still think
you've
that
had the same profile?
Do you still think that it's important? Do you still think that? Do you think it? For independent artists, I mean, The Weeknd is he's one of the most streamed artists of all time. So when The Weeknd changes it, it's like, oh damn. Drake is also one of the biggest artists of all time. He's changed his hair, and people have had mixed reviews on it and stuff. I'm like how. Yeah. I'm like, is it something that an small independent artist should be thinking about? Does it matter? Like, is that something that means something?
Dude, 100%. For me, it matters. It's really important. Like, it's not so much the silhouette, it's the profile picture. It's like the visual branding and what it signals. Like, I'll talk about your current profile picture, which is the green background from the set of photos we did for Alt Boy. And obviously there was very distinct styling, and it's a softer look. And it just happened to sort of feel right for the period of time that you were releasing the collection of songs that you were releasing back then.
Yeah.
And it's, in many respects, it's embodied that period of time. So, I'm so familiar with, if I'm on social and I see that green thing, I don't even have to look to see who the artist is. I know it's you.
Yeah.
I know you've posted a story, or I know, or if I see that green thing pop up because it's your WhatsApp profile picture, then I know, okay, it's Sishii. Like, I don't even have to think about it. And so it's that like visual branding. If you can drive that home as much as possible, is so important because it allows you to basically cross the bridge between an audience having to figure out who you are and them knowing who you are. So it bypasses all the thinking, and all of a sudden they just know you, and that's kind of what you want. Especially when you're building a community, you want to be familiar, you want to be easily identifiable, especially when you're one of 100 million other people out there and there's so much noise. You want to make sure you stand out. So yeah, that profile picture, that silhouette in the profile picture, it's really important. And it does a lot. And I think, people check, and it signals something when you change a profile picture. It signals a change, especially if you're an artist or someone in the creative space, whether you're an artist or an author or a filmmaker, whatever. That visual branding, when it changes the way people perceive you. I don't understand the science. I don't have a lot of evidence, hard evidence, but that's my experience. And I know it's many other people's experiences as well.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, that's dope. I disagree. I disagree to a certain degree in that, like, the more we've done this stuff, the more we've realized how much less care there is. In like people and like, oh, you changed the profile picture, okay. It's like, okay. I think it's also like my experience as well. I think when I say I disagree to a certain extent, I'm saying that, like, I agree to the extent that you're talking about an artist that people care about. So if the care is already there, if the community is already there, then yes. Like if McGee decided to go bald and he cuts all his locks, his luscious hair, he cuts it all off and he's bald now.
Whoa, bro. Okay.
I'd be like, okay, we're about to, okay.
Something's happening.
Yeah. But I think it's also because that signature thing he has is so him now that if he changed it, it would be really jarring. If an artist I know and love who always changes his hair and changes it really doesn't, like, it doesn't mean anything to me, because I'm like, oh, he always changes his hair. So yeah,
I hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, you're saying a lot of it has to do with the precedent the artist has set.
Yeah.
So if Sishii has a different profile picture every week, then the change in profile picture makes no difference.
Yeah, that's your thing now. So it's nothing special.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. Bro. I agree with you. And I also agree with you in what you're saying. Like, it makes a difference for the people who care already, but doesn't matter too much for the people who don't care at all.
Yeah. But I mean, those are the most important people, right? The ones who care already. So
Absolutely.
in my mind, an artist shouldn't even think about the people who don't care. Like in my mind, I don't.
Yeah, we have certain members of our community who have come to every Chamomile Live we've done. We always see them in the comment section of everything. We see them in the YouTube comments. They post questions in for It's Friday again when we do those. And I guess that tells us a lot about, like, the community and who is in the community. It tells us a lot about what the work we're doing means to people. It tells you a lot about the work that you're doing and what it means to people. But we've also invested a fair amount. I say we, but I know it's more me than you. Invested a lot of time and energy in trying to understand, who we're speaking to. Because, my job is really more about understanding how we get the message of the music to find the people in a way that makes sense. Like we discussed a couple episodes ago, was the last episode, this pivot from reels to carousel posts on Instagram, and seeing how that's changed the game in terms of the reach that we're getting with audiences, and now introducing that into our strategy. And we didn't speak about this last week, but we've decided to drop It's Friday again entirely now, and we're looking at exploring different other ways to create engagement on YouTube around release day, which we haven't fully settled on yet, but we realized It's Friday again is more it's more energy than we can afford to invest at this point, given how stretched we are already.
Yeah.
So like for you
It
as
is
a
bright as hell. Yeah, sorry, bro. I'm trying to stop squinting. It's so bright. Like the sun is out. It's a beautiful day. But damn. Sorry, continue.
What does it mean for you to be a fan of McGee? Do you feel like there are other people like you who are McGee fans?
Yeah, absolutely. I know them as well.
Yeah, and what unifies you guys? Like what puts you in the same community, in the same context, apart from your love of McGee's music?
Oof. Apart from, I don't know. All I know is you like McGee. I don't know what
It's not a trick question also, right? Like, I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm like exploring this with you now because like I've never thought about this before. Like what
are the similarities?
Draws people exactly, because I know just from the profile of the crowd when we do Chamomile Lives, it's overwhelmingly female, overwhelmingly probably between the ages of 18 and 35, I want to say. But skewing a bit younger, and there's like a vibe. Like it feels like everybody there like seems to share a similar vibe, which is dope. But I'm like, how does that happen?
Oh, I hear what you're saying now. Okay, so so I agree that there's definitely like okay, actually last week here in Toronto there was a 90s grunge band, very popular one, that was performing here at the Scotiabank Arena, and I remember I met one of the girls who was going there. She was like all grunged up, in her full black outfit with markings and stockings, and some people have the knuckle busters and those chains that have spikes. Sorry, not knuckle busters. You're not allowed into concert venues with that. But it's crazy because we saw more, like we knew anyone who, because we sat down on a bench at the park outside the Scotiabank Arena, and as people were walking past, we were like, they're going to that concert. Yeah, oh, they're going to that concert too. That's crazy. All you guys dressed the same. Like you guys all dressed the same. That's crazy. Same with Morgan Wallen. Morgan Wallen was performing here last week, actually, and I was walking back from this party, and Morgan Wallen had just finished his set, and the only way I could tell that Morgan Wallen, I didn't even know Morgan Wallen was performing here. I just saw people wearing Morgan Wallen t-shirts, country hats, cowboy hats. Sorry, not country hats, cowboy hats, jeans, boots. Guys, girls, everyone, and then obviously his merch, the I'm the Problem. I forgot what the name of his album is, but that merch, and I was like, so all of you guys dress the same when you go to concerts, and it's insane to me. But there's a vibe. Even in the hotel I was staying at, like that hotel I was staying at, there were girls who were coming from that concert. They were in the elevator, and I was just listening to their conversation, and I was like, This is what I would expect you guys to be talking about. This is what I'd expect, Morgan Wallen fans to be talking about. So it's very interesting. I don't know what it would be for like me and McGee fans. I feel like I'm so I'm from South Africa. There aren't a lot of McGee fans in South Africa, so I imagine that I'm probably different to the people in LA where he's from. It felt like a mixed batch when I went to his concert because I saw him live last year. And how do I connect with those people? I don't know if I do. So, I'm sure it's something that I do think it's something that another person would be able to tell or see. The same way I could see the Morgan Wallen fans and the Morgan Wallen fans and that grunge band, those fans, there were things that were very obviously characteristic to them. So, and I'm sure that, apart from dressing the same, I don't know, there's probably more things. I just can't think of them right now. But I don't know what it would be for me and my fellow McGee fans or my fellow Bon Iver fans. Yeah.
It's so difficult. Like, maybe we'll be able to answer this question by the end of our 52 weeks. But one thing I've noticed is that when artists change direction, sometimes the profile of the community changes. And as artists mature as well, and as creators mature, the profile of the community changes as well. So I don't know. I don't have the answer, but I'm curious. It's an interesting engagement. How do you stay on course? Like, you've done a lot of music over the last 2-3 months, but you've also done a lot of other stuff, acting wise, and projects will be coming out now in the next few months, which is very exciting. And it's been a busy time.
Yeah.
And somehow you've managed to keep moving forward. Our friend Temba, the amazing Temba Hadebe, posted up on LinkedIn a few days ago, and he was saying that he has this deep respect for your unparalleled ability to execute, like to follow through on an idea over a long period of time. What's keeping you going in the same direction? How do you keep that momentum moving, in one lane?
Oh, bro, there's people on a jet ski, bro. I need to get on a jet ski. I need to get on a jet ski soon. Anyway, so what keeps me executing?
Do you think you have ADHD, bro?
Oh, probably. Probably. I couldn't focus at school, even though I did really well. I studied at home. At school, I was one of the troublemakers, ironically. Troublemaking prefect that ended up being the top achiever. I don't know. But anyways, how do I execute? Like, what keeps me executing? Like, I can't not. That's the only way I can answer that question, bruh. It's like I can't not. I can't. I'm always asking myself, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing right now? What are you doing? And what is it? There's always why. Okay, so why are you doing what you're doing? No, because I feel like it. Okay, like you're just chilling. Okay, so why? Why are you just chilling? No, I'm just chilling because I need to chill. Okay, have you chilled last night? Did you chill last night? Yeah, I did. Okay, so then why do you need to chill now? I can't answer that. I've got to work. I've got to work. So that's kind of how
You also get bored of chilling. Like I've just seen you try, you have to, like for you, it's so weird. Chilling is efforted. You've got to like psych yourself up to do nothing.
Yeah, and it's not fun. I don't like it. Some people think it's fun. Most people like think it's fun, and I really admire that. Like, you just chill the whole day, man. It's fun. It's not fun. Like, sitting in bed the whole day sounds cool, but it's really not when you do it. Well, for me. So, I don't know. I just constantly moving, bro. Constantly moving forward. What? Also, shout out to Temba for that. It's a great compliment. What's your reason for having an unparalleled ability to execute?
Hey man, I don't know if there's something pulling me or that there's something pushing me, but I think it's a bit of both. I think I'm a very insecure person. So I'm constantly chasing this sense that like I'm constantly running from this fear that I'm not good enough and chasing being good enough. Whatever that in like whatever that looks like. Obviously sometimes that's super destructive and it's super toxic and whatever, but you know, at the end of the day, it's like an insecurity that I just can't seem to escape. So I'm just learning to live with it. So yeah, I'd say that pretty much what keeps me. It's a very depressing answer to the question, but yeah, like I'm pushing myself so hard to feel good enough, and I'm also, that sense that I am getting better is what pulls me forward, and the satisfaction of doing things that I'm proud of, and working with people collaboratively to build things that you know, many people get to enjoy, and that many people get to experience, and that gives people joy as well, is something that makes it exciting. But yeah, more than anything, it's just doing work that helps me to feel, you know, good enough is really what keeps me going on the straight and narrow, and keeps me executing. Outside of the other things like that, I actually find it enjoyable to figure things out and solve problems and stuff like that. I'd say that's probably the reason. Yeah, geez, bro, I didn't anticipate we'd go in that direction, but yeah.
Yeah, man, that's deep, and that's true, I think, for most of us.
Yeah.
Working this hard probably comes from some sort of insecurity. For me as well. I mean, definitely to a certain degree, there's like not feeling good enough if I'm not working hard enough, wanting to earn my status with myself, you know, like like yeah, you deserve to feel good about yourself because you've worked hard. And if I haven't worked hard, it's like, no, you don't deserve to feel good about yourself. So get up and get some work done, you know. So I think it's true. It's true for a lot of people, but even the contrary, probably, you know, the chilling and the laziness to some people is probably also an insecurity. Well, insecurity driven. So, yeah.
Hey man, it's a deep note, bro. But I want to maybe wrap us up here, end us off on a slightly lighter note. You tell me about the premieres. Tell me about how it went. What's been exciting for you about your time in Toronto?
Bro, I love the city. I love the city. Yesterday I was listening to Holocene. So Holocene by Bon Iver is like my cinema song whenever I'm going somewhere, or I'm leaving somewhere, or I'm not gonna see someone for a long time, or, you know, like that's the song I listen to whenever I'm like, damn. And so that I was doing that last night on my way back to the islands on the ferry, and I was like, man, it's been a really good time here. I love the city. It's beautiful. it's just a city though. Like it's, you know, you talk about city life, like skyscrapers and expensive hotels and people walking around on the streets at like 1 a.m. It's packed full of people walking, going to their next thing, going to that. You know, it's like, where are these people all going right now, bro? It's 1 a.m. I'm like, where am I going? You know, because it's 1 a.m. for me too. But I'm also on the streets right now, safe.
Yeah.
You know, 1 a.m. people have their phones out. There's a dude playing the flute, sitting on a bench. There's a guy sitting on the bench just playing the flute.
At 1 a.m.
At 1 a.m. practicing his scales
Crazy.
on the flute. I'm like, next to him there's a busker playing the guitar, and it's good. Like, he's playing really well. I'm like, yo, this guy's really good. Just not the kind of person you'd expect to see busking, I guess. Like this muscular, jacked dude, you know, who's wearing like a wife beater tee, and he's got his chains on, and he smells good. You're like, damn, bro, like he smells expensive. He smells like he's using a really expensive cologne, but he's on the street and he's just playing the guitar. I'm like, okay, interesting.
That's hilarious.
You know? There's like, there's characters here, bro. I love a city with characters. I love people watching a lot. So I did a lot of that. That's been like probably my highlight here. I mean, obviously the premiere was amazing, but like being able to just sit. There was a time when I went to this ice cream place, has really good ice cream. Sat there for 3 hours.
That's interesting because
myself.
you don't normally eat ice cream.
So I don't eat sweet things unless it's ice cream. Ice cream is like my go-to dessert, and also it'll be vanilla ice cream also. So the most bland, boring flavor of it. I love it. It's great. Like that's my
you like
sweet
vanilla
tooth.
ice cream.
That's my sweet tooth, bro. Like you like chocolate ice cream.
The same, bro. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, cease, bro.
You and Selena the same, bro. You guys stand vanilla ice cream, and I can't stand vanilla ice cream.
Yeah, bro. You know,
it's the most boring flavor of ice cream, dude.
No, bro. It's the best one. Like I don't. Chocolate ice cream is nasty, bro. Why are you eating? Just eat chocolate, bro. Like I don't know. I don't get it.
You're drunk, dude. Chocolate ice cream is goated, bro. It is the one.
Nah, you wild, bro. But yeah, bro. So there's a time where I went to an ice cream place, sat there for 3 hours, bro. Just people watching.
3 hours?
Bro. 3 hours by myself, bro. I just enjoy it. I love watching characters, bro. I'm like, this person's probably, that's so interesting. And like everyone's just on their own mission here. It's like NPCs, a city full of NPCs, bro.
Like The Sims.
Whereas like in South Africa, there's a social awareness constantly, you know. I don't know how to explain it.
It's not safe, bro. Like you're always having to be aware of your peripherals. Like you don't know what's gonna happen. Yeah.
So there's like it's even in a good way though as well. You know, obviously like. We believe in Ubuntu, and so we're constantly aware of the next person. We're constantly like, except for Cape Town. I mean, Cape Town is turning into Europe, but like an unsafe Europe, which is ironic. But like, you know, in other parts of the country, it's like there's constantly an awareness of like, I don't know, like what you're wearing, like where you're going, who you are, like what's your name, like what are you up to? It's just, people just go mode, like, this is where I'm going right now. Oh, I'm gonna sit on the side of the road and just eat my food right now. Then after, you know, and after I do that, I'm gonna stand up and just keep walking. And it's like, people are on their own mission. No one's really caring about what do you think, and does this look good, or does this not look good? Or, I like that, man. I really like that about this place.
You like that people are on their own mission.
Yeah, it's a nice break.
That's interesting, bro.
The unfortunate thing, though,
bro.
Yeah. So
my experience of Durban is overwhelmingly the friendliest province in South Africa, like KZN.
Yeah.
people in KZN want to be in your business, bro. Like they want to greet you, find out your name, especially if they're Indians, bro. I can say that because I'm Indian. They want to greet you, find out your name, ask you if you're hungry, ask if you can they feed you? Do you want some tea, bro? That time you're just trying to buy something from the shop.
Yes. So the thing about Toronto is that it's a friendly. So Europe is also like that. NPC is just on a mission, right? Everyone's on their own mission. But the people are not friendly. The people are not kind. The people are not nice in that way. It's not a blanket statement over Europe. Well, by the way, this is also just like my experience of where I went. But here, the people are actually nice. They'll smile. If you do start a conversation, then they will be like, oh, hey, you know? Which is cool. It's not like, sorry, get away from me. I mean, obviously, like last night, there was a lady who clutched her bag when I said hi to her. Which, I mean, I'm used to that now. So I'm like apart from those experiences, the people here are relatively friendly, but they're on their own mission. And for me, that balance is cool. It's not like they're, I've really enjoyed my time here. I mean, I'm about to leave, but yeah. And then the premiere, to answer that question, the premiere was really cool. I watched myself for the first time in a theater full of people, seeing myself on the big screen. You know, it was cool. It's interesting. It was like a childhood dream of mine, but I didn't feel the sense of like, oh, my inner child is happy right now. I don't feel any of that. I was just like, okay, that was good. Good choice. Good choices. Interesting choices. Oh, interesting. An interesting performance. Oh, that was a really good performance. Nice. Oh, this is a good movie. And then I watched other movies, and I was like, some of them are getting standing ovations, and I'm like, guys, have you seen our film?
Was Uhlanjululo.
Yeah, Uhlanjululo.
Laundry.
Laundry, yeah. The English title is Laundry.
What's the runtime on it? Is it a long film?
I think it's 1:06. 1:06.
Oh, wow. So it's like a feature length, proper feature
It's a feature
length.
film.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, it's a feature film.
It's amazing, dude. It's
yeah,
amazing.
it's not a short. It's a feature film.
Toronto was just never in the plan for this year, but I'm so glad that you went, bro. It's been amazing to hear your experience and to hear how amazing the experience of being there has been.
Yeah, it really has been, bro. But yeah, dude, back to South Africa, back to normality. I'm excited to just get back to normal now. Just waking up in my apartment and you know, knowing I don't have to catch a flight for like the next couple of weeks, getting back into my routine. I'm really looking forward to that. It's been a while, bro. My routine has been messed up for the past 3 months, so it's gonna be great to get back into it now, you know.
Okay, this week, what do we have coming out? Or I suppose by the time people have listened to this, what has come out? What's special about it? What are you excited about it? You know, for people to experience.
Yeah, so this week was Stockholm. A song I wrote with James and Abo. We were, it was just one of those sessions we had, like usual. Nothing new, nothing different, nothing special about it. And I really was drawn to the idea, surprisingly more so than the guys. I can sense their energy around ideas. So this was one that was just like another idea. For me, I was like, I really like this idea and I really want to take it across the line. So this is the first of the 52 that I've produced and mixed and mastered with you. Well, you did all the mastering, but like it was also our first song that we've mixed and mastered together. So I guess it's a milestone in that Yeah, it's. I mean, yeah. I'm not gonna explain what the song's about and all that.
No.
I mean, just listen to the lyrics and it's quite obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, let's Stockholm this week about the
Shout
syndrome.
out KB.
So-
Shout out Futsa Moyo.
Shout out Fata Moya, bro. Look, you really hooked us up, man. I love working with that guy, man. He's amazing.
Yeah. So he styled the Chamomile session,
Yeah.
which you can check out on YouTube. And again, if you're watching this on YouTube, I'll put a little card there so you can watch the video and check the song out.
Yeah.
But it, as you said, it is a big one, and as much as you said you mixed it with me, the reality is I just helped you with the technical things. It's just like what I'm excited about for this record for you is it's like the first time that a record's coming out and it's your taste. It's like your paint on the canvas, and you've decided all those decisions, technical decisions, where the vocal is placed, the certain levels of certain elements in the song, the timbre of certain sounds. It's all entirely, you've decided on each of those things. And so it's really exciting to see how records feel the closer you get to each of the moving parts and the pieces in the record. I'm very excited about it, bro.
Yeah.
We can let the people know what we're doing in case they forgot halfway through the conversation. And I'll hand over to you to wrap us up.
Yeah. Hop on the train. It's already moving, so hop on quickly because it's not gonna stop. We're releasing a song every single week for the next 49 weeks now. We've released the first 3 and still a lot more work to do. But yeah, excited to have you on this journey. So yeah.
100%. All right, bro. I'll catch up with you,
bro.
and everybody else will catch up with you again next week.
Oh yeah. Cheers, brother.
All right. Cheers, bro. Blessings.